Hi guys, Jen with Astrology. Today we are getting ready to celebrate Imbolc. Now Imbolc is the second on the Wiccan wheel of the year of Sabbat. So if you have a wheel like I do here, you can find exactly where it falls, and it is on February 2nd coming next week. So Imbolc falls directly between the Winter Solstice and the Spring Equinox, and it is about that halfway point right between. So yes guys, we are halfway there. We're halfway done with winter. It's a little bit more to go, and we're already starting to see the signs, and that's what Imbolc is all about. Is you go out and you start seeing the signs that spring is coming, and it brings that excitement. And so go out, start looking at trees, and you're going to see little buds starting to form, and that is life starting to come back. So Imbolc translates to in the belly, and in the belly refers to the milk coming into the belly of the ewes that are getting ready to have their offspring. So it's about bringing forth life. It's also about purity and cleaning out. So you want to purify and clean out your home, clean out your mind, clean out yourself, and just get ready for starting anew. So it's about that purification of the old, getting rid. And if you look at my sign here, I have inhale the future, exhale the past. And that's what this season's all about. It's just getting rid of it and just symbolically sweeping it away. But with as so many Celtic pagan celebrations, they really over the years have morphed into customs spanning different religions, cultures, even ways with this one to predict the future. And we are going to go into all that as we get further along in this video. So a great way to celebrate is, again, cleaning out. Invite people over that you might want to just invite your kids over that maybe are just getting houses. Invite, friends over, and just start purging the things that you don't need. And say, here, have them help clean up. I don't know how much my kids would want to come over and help clean up, but if you're giving them stuff, then maybe they will. And it helps just kind of purge, get rid of the things that no longer are needed for you. Also, have a nice feast for them awaiting, and maybe that will entice them a little bit more. So what we're going to have next week for Imbolc is an Irish stew made with potatoes and cabbage and those root vegetables. And those are what is pretty much left this time of year. So if back in olden days, you didn't just go to the grocery store. You had what you had, and you had what you had reaped over the harvest season. So pretty much what now is left is those root vegetables. So we're making a coal cannon. It's an Irish stew, and it's got root vegetables. We're going to serve it with some braided bread and a hearty stout beer, because it is Irish, so you have to. And that's just giving back to those maybe who came over to help you. This is also, Imbolc, is the celebration of Brigid. Now, Brigid is the goddess of fertility, and again, that symbolizes the fertility and the coming of the new spring animals that are coming to life, and even just Mother Earth springing forth life with the buds and the bulbs and all that. And to celebrate Brigid, you can make these little crosses. So she is about purity and protection and fertility. So for protection, you can put these above your doors, above your doorways, and it will help protect your home and protect it from fire, from evil, from anything that you don't want getting into your home. You can also give these out to whoever you have over for celebrating Imbolc. And if you do have somebody that that is trying to conceive, maybe give them one that they can put underneath their bed, and it symbolically can help them conceive. Now, I made these out of some reeds I found in my neighbor's yard. He had some tall ornamental grasses that die out this time of year. I cut them all down, made these out of them, and now all that's gone. making room for the new ones to come sprouting up. So we're going to talk about some other fun ways we can celebrate this holiday and how and what else it means, because we also have Candalmas and Groundhog Day. How does it all tie in? So find out. If you look closely here, we can see the buds starting to come in. It's very snowy here, but we are still seeing the signs of life starting to pop up. To honor Brigid, we can leave an offering to her on our doorstep. So you could use a little bit of bread. All this will benefit also the animals. So you can put a little bit of bread on your doorstep, a little fruit, and of course a little milk to symbolize the milk coming in to the ewes. And that will benefit the animals that are coming to nourish their children. Also, maybe a little bit of black salt you could sprinkle down for protection for your home. So we'll put all this nice fruit out, and I know the birds will come. We have our bird feeders out all winter long, and we nourish them all winter long. Another great thing that I've been doing, I've had this one for a while, so any of you who watch my videos know that I have a couple cats that I lost a couple years ago. This is actually hair that I had gathered. So I had one that was a really puffy cat, and he would shed in clumps everywhere. So I gathered all his hair and I put it in one of these suet holders, and I hang it under one of the bird feeders I have, and the birds will come and they'll just pick hair out and they'll fill it into their bird houses to make their nest for their offspring. So these little ways that you can give back to the animals that also will provide, beauty around us and to their offspring. So Imbolc is a time of rebirth, and it's about getting rid of the old and in with the new. It's a purge and purifying of getting rid of what is no longer needed. And one of the main things you want to do is just really get in there and clean your home. And this is where the whole thing of spring cleaning comes in. And so what you want to do is really concentrate in the heart of the home too. So cleaning your hearth is kind of the symbolic way of doing it. So in old, they used really easy methods, really traditional methods, just a little bit of salt, a little bit of lemon, rub it right there on the hearth, and you'd be surprised at how clean just these natural ingredients get things, because you don't want to bring the unnatural ingredients in, because you're purifying right now. And then we just want to just clean off all the debris and everything, all the soot that we've had throughout the winter, because we are at the halfway point. We are purging and getting rid of what is no longer needed, and what is just kind of adding that layer of impurity to us. So then you want to also symbolically just kind of sweep away, open your windows if you can, if it's warm enough where you are, just sweep away what you can to sweep it right out the windows. And then after that, just you want to sage around to just really purify it and get rid of all that negative energy and get ready for a positive season coming up. Imbolc also encourages us to give back. So if you have things and we want to purge, again, we're purging our closets of things we no longer need. I must have 500 scarves and just clothes that no longer fit, that are no longer my style. Now that I'm in my 50s, I don't need to have some of these young kid clothes, and I want to give back to those that might be in need. This is a time where you want to help those to be able to succeed on their own and to grow and be nourished. So just giving back to society helps that much as well. So with Imbolc, you can also incorporate some candle work or candle anointing. And this can be used for your candles that you're going to use for any spell work or for any rituals that you do throughout the entire year. This coincides with what the Christians call Candalmas, and that is the blessing of the candles. So I'm not sure if they still do that, but I know they still do blessings of the throat, where they hold two candles up to your throat and they do a blessing. Not sure if it's the same thing or if it's the same time of year, but I remember going and doing that when I was younger. So with this tradition, you're going to want to use some anointing oil. And this oil you can make yourself or you can buy. Now I bought mine, but if you want to make it, it's made with some myrrh, cinnamon, cassia oil, olive oil, and calamus. And you can just buy it like I did here. And this one that I bought is just divine. And it brings me back to the past, because something about the smell reminds me of my grandmother. And so it's just kind of bringing her into it, because my grandmother loved all these kind of different things like I do. And it just makes me really remember her. And I know that she's always watching over me, and this is a lot of why I like to have all these traditions nowadays, and because of the things that she enjoyed when I had her in my life. So what you want to do is you want to take all the candles that you use for your tradition throughout the year. They can be these colored candles or any candles in general, really. And what you want to do is take a little dab of your oil, right like that, and then you want to rub it first pointing away from you, but going clockwise. So you see it moving clockwise, always clockwise. So you're going to go towards you with the oil, and then you want to spin it around and again go clockwise away from you. And you want to do this to each one. So do that, and then again with the next one. So you want to go down clockwise and then turn it over and then clockwise away from you, just like that. Just a gentle rub, you don't need a lot. And then when you're done, you want to take your oil, you want to keep it in a cool, dry, dark place. I like to take this, and also the salt that we used, our black salt that we made, we want to take that and put it in a cool, dry place as well. I have some rafters down in my basement that have all my oils like this, and all the waters I've made from full moons and full moon waters, all to be used in different rituals, keeping them away and keeping them in the dark so they don't have other maybe negative or other influences getting into them. Is going to keep them at their purest, and that is what this season is all about, is purity and just purifying everything around you and just beginning things on a new and fresh slate. And finally, for Imbolc, it ties in with the current celebration that we have here in the United States, and I think Canada, which is called Groundhog Day. And that was originally celebrated with a badger, and they would put a badger out to see if he sees his shadow. Now we are going to do that with Picky here and see if he sees his shadow. So if he sees a shadow, I'm just looking at my notes, I think it's yes. So if he sees his shadow, there will be 6 more weeks of winter. If he does not see his shadow, there'll be an early spring. Now, this isn't the second, so we're gonna try it. So, putting him on the ground. Now, I see his shadow. I hope that doesn't mean that there's 6 more weeks of winter, but we'll try it again next week and hope for the best. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys will do whatever you want that makes you feel good about celebrating this holiday and this Sabbat. I think it's just a great way to give back to nature and just get the birds and animals ready. Also to just clean out and help others by giving them things that just might not be beneficial to you anymore, and just you want to give back, and that way it just nourishes the whole world around us. By nourishing the earth, we're giving back food and that to the animals that are going to help nourish the earth, and then we're going to help hope for an early spring. So we'll see y'all soon. Happy Imbolc. Bye.